beautiful Saturday morning up here in the northern Utah mountains. Got the lake down here, little single track action on a summer morning. It's a good day to be alive. Sharing the trail here with our fellow mountain bikers. Trying to be courteous, go by people slow, don't kick up a ton of dust, don't roost them. Got to share the trails, guys. Wee bit dusty here. Forest Service has been up here doing some trail maintenance. They've actually cut this trail quite a bit wider. My buddy up here was telling me that this thing used to be quite a bit tighter single track, and then they took a trail cat up through here, widen this thing out more for the mountain bikers, I think. Let their pedal cranks have a place to go. I'm on the 300XC today. Buddy up there is on a 300XC as well. Just chasing his back tire here. Trying to stay close enough that I can stay out of the dust. It's always fun when you're on a trail you've never been on before, so you have no idea what's coming. But I don't want to drop too far back because then I'm gonna eat a bunch of dust. So when you're doing this, when you're riding this close, sometimes you're trying to watch the trail in front of the guy, you know, up and ahead of the guy in front of you, and it's difficult because he's blocking the view. So you're only getting a partial view, and then your view, you know, your vision's obscured a little bit from the dust, and you got the distraction of his bike anyway. And so you kind of, you can get yourself into some trouble for sure. But it's kind of fun to just watch that line right to the side of their wheel up in front of you. Trying to look around them to see what line, see if there's anything you need to worry about. Fun to jump off these drainages. I guess the mountain bikers wanted this thing cut a little bit different because dirt bikers had kind of made a little bit, it was a great single track dirt bike trail, but you know how dirt bikes will kind of cup things out a little bit? Well, apparently the mountain bikers didn't like it because they didn't have quite enough room for their crank pedals to go down in some of the areas. So that was one of the reasons why they cut this. I'm gonna have to drop back a little bit here. That's one of the reasons why they cut this thing wider, was to appease mountain bikers. You know, which a little bit of a bummer, but you know what, we all gotta work together and share the trails, I guess. So this thing got wider, but eventually it'll start to grow back in, I think, as long as we keep all the four-wheelers off of it, razors, UTVs. And it is a single track rated trail, so they shouldn't be coming on here. know, something that makes me laugh is how, like all the different comments that I get on YouTube, a lot of guys are like, oh man, you never rev your bike out. You need to rev that thing out. And then other guys are like, man, you're keeping your RPMs quite high. Isn't the point of the 300 to be able to just kind of chug down low RPMs? And I'm like, wow. Can't please everybody. Some people think I'm revving the crap out of my bike. Others don't think I'm ever getting up into the RPMs at all. And I'm like, you know, I'm just riding, boys. Some of the time I've got higher RPMs, some of the time I've got lower RPMs. Then I got other people that are like, hey man, you always ride alone. And I'm like, well, I do ride alone a little bit. But sometimes they just don't see, because I don't show anyone else because I'm in the lead. Wow, that's dusty. Can't see a thing. So we finally got up to above where they've been using the, you know, the Trail Cat little bulldozer, and this is what the single track looks like up here. And I'm thinking, as soon as I get out of the dust here a little bit, so we can see, thinking this is great. Yeah, it's got a little bit of a U shape on it, but I don't know, man. Down there lower where they've cut that out, what they've really done is just made it higher speed. This is beautiful up here. This is smooth, but I guess they thought it wasn't wide enough, or thought the trail was cupped out a little bit too much, so they wanted to flatten it out. I don't know, man. It's kind of ridiculous, if you ask me, because this is beautiful single track here. Love the flowers, love the weeds, you know, that are growing along the side of the mountain here. Honestly, guys, one of the best things about riding off-road dirt bikes is just the places that it can take you. You know, the beauty that you get to see,